There it is. What's up?
We live. What's up, everybody?
What's
Hey,
going
hey,
on? What's
hey.
going on?
New day, new goals being set, new plans being made. Good stuff happening. How y'all been?
Got good news about work. So, for the work hours are getting relaxed a little bit. So the whole rush is over now. So, we actually may get back to our regular time frame, unless y'all want to keep it at 8:15. But we can talk about that. But um, you know, everything's kind of calming down. But first day of fall, and we got a bunch of rain. So hopefully it doesn't get too flooded and rain too much out here.
Man, hopefully.
Yeah.
So everybody just be careful out there. It's on my end, man. I'm just pushing forward. Grad school life. Um, I'm out in the hill country actually right now, so everything is pretty cool and peaceful out here. A good reset
In the hill country? Is that
in the hill.
Central Texas? No?
Yeah, about 20 minutes outside of Austin. 20, 30 minutes outside of Austin. We're on by Lake Travis.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's
But yeah.
nice.
So
Well,
it's no rain out there. So you missed it.
whew,
It rained a little bit on the way up here and a little bit yesterday, but today was overcast. Man, tonight was perfect. It's about 65 degrees.
Mm.
It was perfect.
I know it feels good out there.
It feels
Man.
great. It feels if I could just save this to a disc or something and then just upload it anytime you want that perfect weather, that's how it was.
That's what's
Alrighty.
up. I know for me, I am still, still sickle cell awareness month. Definitely
Mm-hmm.
still pushing and getting people to sign up for be the match .com. Go ahead. They are looking for African Americans to start donating plasma. So that is still going on. I am celebrating Libra season. My birthday is Friday, so I am in full blown. It's all about me right now mode. So I've definitely enjoyed myself. Spent time with a lot of my friends this weekend. Some of my friends, not all of them, but some of my friends, and just enjoying. The weather has been so nice. Like I like this weather. Like I love like the 60, 65. It feels so good outside. So I've been enjoying everything so far.
Yeah, that's perfect.
We're gonna have to do something. We're gonna have to do a special occasion for you. You know, birthdays are special, man. So
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna have to do something for our
Yeah, yeah.
co-host here, man.
Well, how about this? Let's start next week early and then go out after. Let's find somewhere to go. I mean, we can still social distance. It's just, we can do something.
It's
I love that
Taco
idea.
Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, Taco
Man,
Sound like
Tuesday.
a
Matter
plan.
of fact, before we get started, I got the hat on. You see that, Lloyd?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And guess what? That's
Yes,
that's
sir.
all the way in Cali. So
Yes, sir.
that kind of brings us to our guests where they're at right now. Out in California, a couple
Yes.
of time zones away, you know. So without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce our next guest and get the show started. So um, first of all, let me kind of go over. Her name is Stephanie Totem, and she has an education in Bachelor's of Arts, Speech Communication, Master's of Arts, Meditation, and Conflict Resolution Certified. So we have a lot coming with her in her profession. Um, Many of you know her through her work as a personal fitness trainer and as a nutritionist, but she also is a professional speaker, communications educator, community activist, health and wellness advocate. Also, last but not important, not most important, is that she's a mother too, and that's what part of the show is going to be about. So let's bring to the show Stephanie Totem Physique Totem Pole.
Hey, can you guys hear me? I'm not sure. Is my
Yes.
mic on?
Yes.
yes, we
You
Okay,
can.
are
thank
on.
you.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me. First off, happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Just put that
Appreciate
out there.
that.
I hope you were able to celebrate.
Oh, I will.
So,
Yes, I am.
safely, okay? 6 feet apart,
Always. I got
safely.
like 10 masks. I got 10 of them.
Don't suffocate yourself.
All right. So we got the intro out the way, and then we want to go ahead and get you to talk about your background before we actually get into the meat of the show. So kind of tell us about your background. How did you get started? Where did you come from? And like I said, you're in Cali right now. So
I am.
last time I saw you, you was in H-Town by Spring High School.
Yes, and I do come back a lot. I do come out there and I visit. I visit family and friends. So while I am there, I will pick up some training. I try not to overload my schedule because, of course, I'm there for family. But I am back in California. That's why that's like natural light coming in. Okay, that's all natural light coming in.
Oh.
So it is better out here. I don't know if you guys know, but last week we were on fire.
Yeah. Is that by you?
Was a bit funky, but I guess we're getting back to normal. So I am currently in California. A little bit about my background. I have a bachelor's degree in speech communication, a master's degree in communication. I am certified in conflict and mediation resolution. I am a personal trainer certified, fitness nutritionist certified, and personally, I enjoy education. I eat it up. It was a cakewalk for me personally because I enjoy it. If you love it, it's easy, right? So, but as far as how fitness tied itself into it, okay, just take yourself back to school, maybe back to college. You might work out, go running. You think you're healthy, but in reality, you're just maintaining. So you're not going to gain the freshman 15 maybe as fast, but you're maintaining kind of where you were. So that's what I was doing in undergrad. I was maintaining my freshman 15. I thought I was working out. I thought I was kicking ass, to be honest. I'm like, oh, I'm out here. I'm working out. I'm going to step aerobics. Yes, I am sweating. But I was really just maintaining. Prior to me going to Hawaii, because that's where I received my master's degree, I went to Hawaii, still working out, going to classes, learning, special like little specialty classes when it comes to fitness and nutrition. And then that's when I started realizing, Stephanie, girl, you're not really working out for change. You're just working out to stay kind of where you are, but you are improving your endurance, some stamina, a little bit of strength here and there. So then I moved back to Houston after I finished my degree program, and I hit depression. And that is literally what got me into fitness heavy. It was depression. And at the time, I didn't realize like how far down the rabbit hole I had been. But then my mother, she had a personal trainer. And so she would go, well, go take my session. Go take my session. Get out the house. Take my session. And I didn't know that was her way of like pulling me from like that dark spot. And then over a course of a few months, I wake up one day and I'm like, it's time to work out. It's time to go outside. It's time to go meet my friend. Like I was so energized and happy. And then it dawned on me like, wait, did working out pull me out of my depression? And that's what kind of got me into fitness and taking it more serious because it became a part of my mental health and my emotional well-being, of course, outside of my the physical part of it. So that's what got me into fitness initially.
Yeah, and Lloyd and Ambitious can attest to that. We've had talks on the show about how to deal with like anxiety and depression, and a lot of those answers are through working out and just getting that release. So hearing that when you said you was in a dark place, that just resonates when I hear that, because it's like, okay, now it all goes together with bringing a light, bringing awareness with Lamp, Ambitious, and making sure that, we are not only just holding it in within ourselves, but talking about it and getting it out and making it normal, because this is something that's normal. People go through that all the time.
Extremely normal. And I can only attest to the Black community because I'm a woman of color, but I know within my community that it's not spoken about. You don't really talk about mental health, emotional health. And when you do it very lightly because it's like you don't want to burden the other individual and you don't want to dampen and darken them. And while you're in like this darker place, I don't want to say a very dark, but when you're in a darker place than normal, it's like you're not going to snap out of it the next day just because you spoke about it today or you spoke about it 5 minutes ago. Like it's a thing that takes time and a part of that mental health. And I encourage you, go seek a therapist, go speak to somebody because these are trained professionals and they're able to handle you when you're within that. They know how to take in that information without it impacting them in a negative way. And you're able to go repeat it 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 times before you're able to release it and you're able to heal from it mentally and emotionally.
Gotcha. And then
that's true. I was just gonna make a quick point. You know, I'm glad that you mentioned that, Stephanie, because I know with me personally, as well as what Pat was saying, is that I think it goes hand in hand. You know, your mental fitness as well as your physical fitness. Sometimes you could be in a good place and, like you said, you're working out, you're feeling good, but then mentally there's a void that you're missing out on. And to go see a therapist is just no different than if you're hurt, you go see a doctor. Or if you're sick, you go see a doctor. And so, I encourage people all the time too. And like you said, within our community, we don't. It's kind of swept under the rug. We don't mention about mental health awareness. So I'm glad you brought that up.
It's a very taboo topic, and many individuals are shunned for it, or it's like, oh, you must be crazy because you're seeing a doctor. No, I'm the exact opposite. I'm trying not to go crazy. And there's something within me that I'm trying to bridge a gap or some pieces, and I'm trying to get an understanding. So I encourage therapy for anybody. Even if you're just going once a week, once a month to vent about work, get it out.
That's true. So when we were talking about getting into the meat of this, so as you progress, like I said, we all worked out before, and then maybe a couple of years later, you had a surprise for us, right?
I had a baby. I was pregnant.
And it was just like, I was like, oh, okay, so there she went. I didn't see her for a couple of months, and so congratulations on that, first of all. And a lot of people have questions about how did you stay fit while you were learning that you got pregnant? How did you stay fit before, during the pregnancy, and after the pregnancy? Because if we go on your Instagram page or Facebook page, we can see before and after pictures. And a lot of people are amazed at, like, okay, what is Totem Physique doing? So kind of tell us about, like, while being pregnant, is it dangerous to work out? How dangerous? Is it safe? How hard can you go while you're pregnant?
So first things first, always consult with your doctor. Always, always, always. So prior to me getting pregnant, I was physically active. I was working out 5, 6, 7 days a week, multiple times throughout the day. I had my own training sessions because I have a trainer. So trainers have trainers. I had people I would go to, teach me what you know. Teach me how to improve this. How do I make myself better to make them better? So besides my personal training, I had clients. And with those clients, some I would work out with. I was a motivational factor for them while working out with them. So I'm working out multiple times throughout the day, throughout the week. Then I got pregnant. So I'm like, okay, I can still do this. To an extent, initially I was tired, but I try to tell women in your pregnancy, especially in the beginning, listen to your body. Listen to your body when you're pregnant, when you're postpartum, and as you are in the 4th trimester, that recovery trimester. Listen to your body, because your body will say, hey, I'm ready to go be active. Hey, take that squat a little bit deeper. Right now, this is fear. This is not pain. This is not the pelvic floor weak. This is just fear of going low. Listen to your body. So while I was pregnant, I just stayed active. I didn't have any complications. My pregnancy was going smooth. The very beginning, I was more tired than normal, but I've heard that's normal for a lot of women. So I was extremely tired. But once that kind of passed, I was like, okay, well, I'm not hurting. I'm clear to work out. I'm not a high risk individual. So let me go be active. Let me take it out small and see what I can do, because I don't want to damage myself or my pregnancy. So I continued working out as I was prior. I modified maybe the weights, the duration of my workouts, or even repetitions of it. Postpartum, and I want to put this out there. There's a thing called the snapback culture, and I cannot stand that term, the snapback culture, because it sets unrealistic views for women that want to conceive, that are pregnant, and that are in postpartum. And women will look at themselves as though they're doing something wrong or something is wrong with them if they don't snap back as fast as the next woman. That's unrealistic, ladies. Like, Don't do that to yourself. Be very kind to yourself. You are like developing a whole person. You are a life force, you know? But once I had my baby, I entered the 4th trimester, and that is the first 3, sometimes 4 months after you deliver your baby. And that's when your body is now readjusting. You have your organs moving back into place. Your back is probably weak from carrying that baby. The pelvic floor is weak. Your hip flexors are weak. You have swollen, sore breasts. If you're breastfeeding or bottle feeding, now your sleep cycle is interrupted. You have the baby. You have hormones up and down. Crazy. So treat yourself kindly. I didn't start working out until my doctor cleared me. I felt fine. I felt like, oh, I can do this. I'm used to doing this. I can do this. My doctor finally cleared me about 6 weeks. Everything was fine. I went back to working out, and my body was like, no, ma'am, that's not what we're doing. What we're going to do is take a walk today. How that walk felt. That walk felt great. And even with something as simple as that, even balancing, I couldn't balance. Like getting on one foot or just bending over, I was wobbling all over the place. And I was like, what is this? This is unfamiliar. But it became, okay, Stephanie, you have a new body now. You have a postpartum body. You've never had this before. And even if you have multiple children, ladies, your postpartum body will vary every single pregnancy at every stage of life. So whatever your age is now, you may not be able to handle that in 5 years or even in the reverse. So my postpartum recovery, I told myself, work out 2, maybe 3 times out of the week. Don't put yourself to the 5-6 days as I was before, because mentally I told myself, I can do this. I can do this. I've done it before. I can do this. But what I wasn't prepared for was the mommy mind, the mommy body, the mommy schedule. And then I have to take a step back and say, okay, Stephanie, be kind to yourself. You have a lot going on. Your goal this week is to focus on this in the house, this with yourself, and getting a 30-minute workout. And even if that just includes just walking around, go to the mall, walk around, go walk down the street, walk with the baby. But that's how I started back with my postpartum. And then when I started about 7 months, I was able to start doing weights. I started lunging, like I said, that whole balance thing. I was able to lunge. And to me, that's a big thing, because as I tell women, you don't realize how much pregnancy will take from your body and how it will disrupt your balance. So like I said, I couldn't even bend over without wobbling over. So when I hit 7 months and I'm actually able to lunge my body weight without wobbling, without moving back and standing myself back up, for me, that was a victory. And I would tell myself, okay, you did 1. Let's work on 2. Okay, when I get to this number, that's when I notice that my balance is off or that I'm breathing heavier. Okay, so this is where my change is. This is going to be my goal, to get to here and then to push it. So that's how my postpartum goes. And that's how I try to tell women, when you start working out, especially postpartum, be kind to yourself and take it easy. Don't rush into it. Do not fall into the snapback culture, because it's a vicious rabbit hole. It will just suck you down, and it's not real. It's not.
So I have a lot of mom friends. I'm not a mom yet. I'm gonna get there one day, but not yet. But I'm, but I do have a lot of mom friends, and I have a lot of mom friends who want to start working out, but they have toddler kids, and it's just hard to get the kids to sit down. They're working from home right now. They're homeschooling. How can they incorporate working out into everything that's going on right now in the COVID-19 era?
What I had to learn through my own experience was, so every week I try to plan accordingly. So I come last in my schedule. What does the family need? What does the house need? What do the children need? What errands do I have to run? Where are doctor's appointments? So everything else goes into my schedule before I come into my schedule. And then I look at my schedule and I go, where can I place myself? Because I am important. I have to put myself in here. There may be a time where I say, you know what? Okay, he's going to be home at this time. The kids will be doing this. I can go watch TV and just relax. And sometimes you just need to go stare at the ceiling and relax. Or I'll say, you know what? No, Stephanie, you had 2 times this week. You said you wanted to work out twice. This is an opportunity to go do that. So the thing is just about honestly scheduling, but not beating yourself up if you're unable to meet it on. You may not be able to do it Monday, but you can do it Thursday. You probably schedule for that morning, but you have time in that evening. So it's just working yourself into there and make it a part of your weekly, monthly, kind of daily routine. but it's an adjustment period. So any moms at home, if you have children, be kind. Like I'm going to always say, be kind to yourself. And if you want to start working out, say, okay, I plan to do it once or twice this week. Start setting smaller goals. And then when it becomes a routine within your schedule, you can add more to it. But if you go, okay, I'm doing 5 times this week, I'm going to do an hour this time. Don't. Because if you crash and burn, you may actually take a step back from even jumping back into it, because you're going to be so hard on yourself because you didn't succeed the very first attempt. So set smaller goals and then make them part of, like I say, your daily routine, your weekly routine, and then adding more into it.
So that falls into the realistic expectations and the results that you're supposed to look for versus just kind of like you said, going out there super hard and then you fall off. So wait, did Ambitious fall off? Like, you there, Ambitious? I think she dropped off. But so it was another question about how to get that. There you go. How do you get that stomach like it was before you even had kids? Is that a realistic expectation, or should you just accept that, hey, it's never going to be the same? Like, what should you think?
I say do not put an expectation on yourself, because if you don't meet it within a time frame you tell yourself you should meet it or you should have met it, you're going to be hard on yourself. Like I said, remember, every pregnancy is different. So for some women, they may experience the ab separation and they have to do a different type of rehab and postpartum workout versus like me. I think I separated about that much at the very, like right here by my navel. So that was just a little part that I had to bring back in. But there are some women, the abs rip completely from the bottom or the top, and you have to focus on recovering and healing first. Now, as far as getting your stomach exactly the way it was, no, that's unrealistic. That's for anybody. That's anybody. You may work out and get into a routine and eating and rest and recovery for your body to where you may get abs way better than what you had before. Or you may get close to what you had, but to have it exactly as it was, I'll tell everybody no. Because the goal is, okay, you know where you were, and let's work on exceeding that. Let's get better than that versus, okay, this is exactly how I want it. But can the stomach get flat again? Yes. Can you build that strength again? Yes. Will it take time? It's not an overnight process. Right.
And just hearing that you said the muscles split apart and all of that, I'm glad I can't get pregnant. So, so I'm gonna leave that to you and Ambitious. So,
but it's extremely common. Even some women who feel that, because I didn't know that mine had split, and I was curious, like, did I split? And I had my doctor check this go around. And she was like, yeah, and she showed me how to check. And she was like, yeah, you have about that much separation. I was like, oh, interesting. I thought it was honestly interesting, but I know some women have it where it completely comes apart. And you can help it while it tries to strengthen and heal itself. And then some women later on in life, they get the little tummy tucks and they get it put right back together.
Wow. So do you ever, I don't know if this is a good question for you, but do you ever recommend somebody to, hey, go ahead and just have plastic surgery or surgery to get back to where you want to be, because just training is not going to get it?
I wouldn't recommend to them, but I've had people speak to me about it. Mm-hmm. And my thing is to each his own, because at the end of the day, you have to live with that surgery decision. I don't. So if you have brought your body as far as it will go in the terms of aesthetically pleasing to the way that you want it to be, your muscle development, whether it's you're losing weight, you have a stronger core, stronger back, and you're like, hey, but my abs are not coming together. I want to go get my tummy tuck. Well, go ahead. Because when you go to the doctor, they're going to check you out and they're going to tell you, yes, you have a great foundation. And because of this excess, whether it's skin or the separation where the muscles haven't fused back together, we can fix that for you. I can't fix that. I can't wave my hand over the top and make them come back together. But if that's the path someone wants to take, I'm not going to tell them no, but I will say, do your research and understand whatever decision you make, you have to live with it. So if it comes out great, you have to live with it. If it's not the way you expect it, then you have to live with that. But first educate yourself on what you're going for and what it can possibly achieve for you.
I think we lost Pat, but we do have a question from one of our viewers for you, Stephanie. Kirsten is asking, what's the fastest way to flatten the stomach and back fat?
There's no such thing as fast and fitness. Fast and fitness. If you would like to flatten the stomach and you want to, so I'm assuming that these are two areas that you want to look at. There's no such thing also as spot training. You can put more focus on a certain area as you work out. But if you want to kind of get the stomach down, I suggest HIIT training, high intensity interval training, body weight training. Learn how to move your own body around, get the heart rate going, get it up and down, get to sweating. Include some type of weighted workouts or even resistance band workouts. I'm not sure if gyms are open where everybody is, but there are things that you can do at home that jumping around, moving around, getting that heart rate up will start to help you increase your metabolism, your heart rate, start burning fat. Now, as far as back fat or like the back rolls, people don't like them. You can do like pull downs, you can do cable rolls. You want movements that are going to pull and work on these areas. Deadlifts, you can use resistance bands. So even if you're not in the gym, repetition is key. Do high rep weights. If you're getting accustomed to, you're using resistance bands and those bands are getting light, you built up strength. That's good. Change your bands now. Change your number of reps. So you can always play around with it. But for back fat, for stomach fat, get out there, do HIIT cardio, HIIT workouts. I think HIIT is amazing. It's amazing for the body.
I would always tell people deadlifts. Deadlifts are your friend too. Deadlifts, squats, the 6 compound movements, but HIIT, you can't go wrong with HIIT. You know, like you said, just as many as you could do in a short period of time. Rest, do it over, keep repeating. You'll get those results.
Yeah, and you have to push yourself because HIIT cardio is no punk. It will have you breathing, huffing and puffing, me clutching these pearls that are not right here. And I'm like, whew, what is this? But it is so great for the body. But as you said, if you're able to get to a gym and even do deadlifts postpartum, doing deadlifts is even great to strengthen that back muscle because that back also gets weakened because of that baby.
Well, I mean, one of the last questions we had for you, basically speaking, virtual world of working right now, which we kind of hit on, and consulting. What's next for you? What's in the plans for you going forward?
For me, I have been enjoying speaking on various platforms, like just as educating individuals when it comes to health and wellness. And that includes physical health, mental health, emotional health. So just educating individuals on the importance of it in various forms of practice. And then also, I personally like to teach positive body image. We live in a society now where everything is compared. This person's compared to this person, this body to that body, how you eat to how I eat, but everybody is completely different. So I'm trying to push forward with pushing the message of positive body image. And within that, you can achieve your ideal state of health and physical well-being that is for your body, but not in comparison to somebody else. Because if you do that, you're setting yourself up for failure. It's good to have a goal in mind. If you see somebody with a fit body, hey, I would like to be fit. I would like to have a higher level of endurance. I would like to, they're able to squat 10,000 pounds. Hey, I want to squat my own body weight. You know, pick your own goals, but don't do it in comparison to someone else because what's for you is for you. What's for them is for them. So pushing forward, like I said, I'm enjoying spreading the message of positive body image and educating individuals on the benefits of just health and well-being all around.
And my bad, I had lost signal for a second. But how are you able to reach people? Because like I said, you're in California. So do you still have clients in Houston? How do you reach them? Or do you still do virtual consultations and workouts? Is that still available?
I haven't done virtual workouts since having the baby because my time is extremely limited, but I do online training. And for each client that signed up with me for online training, We meet once a week. We go over what's going on. We go over movements. I go over, like I said, the educational part of training is what I try to instill in individuals. Because when I'm not here, you need to know how to do this. You need to know how to do it properly. Like that's what I want you to take away from me. So I'm here to educate you. So I do online training. And like I said, once a week, I sit down with my client. We have our designated time. We go over everything. We go over nutrition, if that's a part of their plan. We go over fitness. We go over their goals. I do not do virtual training because it requires too much time in silence, which is rare. Do you hear that? It's rare. So
I don't hear anything.
Somebody all of me if I have all my children hollering for me. So if anybody wants to reach out, they can email me, Tievon, Tiebon at Totem, Totem, physique.com. I'm also on Instagram, Totem, Totem _physique, or even on Facebook, totemphysique.com. Is that all of that? So I'm able to be reached on any of these platforms, and we can do online training, but virtual training, like a designated time where we can sit down. I would be cheating you if I tried to get that to you because my time is so scarce right now.
Gotcha. So I'm not sure if Ambitious or Lloyd has any other questions. Could be because I was out for a second, so I didn't even hear what was going on.
I think she nailed it. I love that she spoke about education because there's so many people I get. It's when it comes to working out, talking about I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight, and I'm like, you can't be so fascinated with a number, and 10 pounds. If somebody loses 10 pounds as opposed to that person, be totally different. What you said about setting individual goals was nail on, head on, and I love the fact that you do that. And if anybody don't remember, but Stephanie used to do those stadium workouts. That's why a lot of times I was getting my stadium workouts. I love stadium workouts. It's a beast. If you really want to get a great workout, go to a stadium, do those stairs, do the steps, run the track. Like everything is there. So we really do appreciate you coming and dropping knowledge.
Well, thank you guys for having me. And those stadium workouts, I will say this: I hate running. Okay, hate it. Terrible. It's great, but it's terrible. And what I tell myself is whatever I do not like doing, I need to do more of it. Because that's where my change is. My body doesn't want to do it. My mind is saying don't do it. Then I need to do it.
That's a good word.
I'm here for all of that. Change your mindset. That's where it starts also with the mind and how you think and how you operate. So I'm here for everything tonight, especially the positive body image message, because a lot of women do compare too much and don't look at what someone else is doing to roll your life around. And I'm here for that message because I hear it all the time. Like, you're so slim, you're so this. How do you do it? Like, I've maintained my life, how I've done it for all these years, how I do it. So you have to find what's best for yourself. And you're also beautiful with how you are. So I love tonight's show. It was very positive and uplifting. I might even start working out. Like you say, one day at a time. That's all it takes. So I'm gonna put that in my head for the next week.
Good. I'm so glad. Like, once you start adding up these days, before you know it, you're gonna be like, wow, I'm 6 months into this. I started out 1 day out the week, and now I'm doing 4 or 5 days out the week. I'm doing this class. I'm doing this. Take it bit by bit. Start with 1 day.
Yes, I'm here for that.
Awesome. But that was a good word you left us with. You said, say it again. If it's something you hate doing, keep doing it.
Something you do not want to do, you dread it, you hate it, you're like, why? Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
I like that. So
that's where your change is. Honestly, that is where your change. Because once you complete it, you're like, I did that. I did it. Like, I really finished it. Even if you struggle, tell yourself, but you did it. I struggled, but I did it. It's finished. What? I did it.
That's a confidence builder too. So yeah, those little accomplishments can take you a long way. So once again, we're going to put all your information where people can follow you, see your progress, and whatever you put out there in the universe, everything's positive. So we appreciate that. And once again, we appreciate you being on the show tonight.
Well, thank you guys for having me. I enjoyed this our little talk together. Feel like we're sitting around talking.
Yeah.
So thank you guys.
All right.
The next time you come to Houston, we're gonna have to work out those stadiums.
When Houston's on punishment, y'all, when y'all get off of punishment and act right, and the world opens back up, I'll come visit.
What we do?
All right, that's a bit.
All right. Have a good one.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.
All right, so
that was a great show, y'all.
Yeah, I think ambitious. We should all just run stadiums next Tuesday after the show.
Ooh, say what?
How about that?
I need baby steps. Give me a sidewalk.
We're running stadiums. We're gonna initiate her in, Lord.
No,
all right,
that's gonna make me turn around and not come back.
That's our birthday gift to you.
Yeah.
That's
Free
our
stadium.
birthday gift to you.
Free stadium step.
I'm gonna pray on that one. I'm gonna pray on it. I'm not committing to that right now.
You just have to drink alcohol the next day for the pain.
No, man, we're gonna drink alcohol that day and we'll think about the workout later.
Yeah.
Yes, but I had a great night. This was awesome. Like every show, I leave with something more motivating to do. I've been with Mr. Austin. I've been eating his gems up like cereal every morning. So this has just been so awesome. I'm here for every single show, like every single one.
Right. And I know this show, it seems like it was kind of tailored for the ladies. But I mean, everybody can learn from this. Everybody is good to be aware of your significant other, spouse, or whatever. You know, even if it's a sister or mother or something like that, you know, you want to be aware of what they're going through, and then be a support for them. So be part of their support system. So it's good that, hey, I can't get pregnant. I can't have muscles tear apart like that. I don't want that. But now that I know that ladies go through that, then I can be aware and be more supportive on my end.
Yes. So whenever you see men body shaming us, tell them to chill out. Like we go through a lot. We do. We go through a lot. So just let us make it. That's all I ask. So
definitely. So I'll be rooting you on. I'll support you too, Ambitious, when you're ready.
Oh yeah, pray on that.
I'll support you. All right. Anybody got any other final words? What you got, Lord?
Just follow us again. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Lambitious Podcast on Facebook, Instagram is Lambitious, Twitter Lambitious PC, Twitch TV Lambitious. I know we'll talk again. Happy birthday to Miss Ambitious this week, everybody. Make sure to give her a shout out. And then October is going to be a huge month for Lamb Services. So y'all just stick to our announcements and things. We have some pretty big things in store. I'm feeling it. I'm excited. I'm over here shaking. I'm more excited. But a great show, y'all.
Yeah, for sure. Until next time.
Yep. We'll see y'all then.
All right.
Peace out.